Around 15 years ago, a captivating allure drew me and my best friend, Jackson, to an abandoned resort or bungalow colony nestled off a secluded dirt path near my hometown in New York. This sprawling complex, once a bustling hub of activity, was now a decaying ghost town, its overgrown grass and crumbling structures whispering tales of a bygone era. Intrigued by its eerie charm, we embarked on an exploration that would soon turn into a night filled with unease and chilling encounters. We ventured into this desolate landscape under the cloak of night, our flashlights cutting through the darkness like twin beams in a dense forest. The sprawling complex, a maze of abandoned bungalows, held an undeniable pull. As we delved deeper, a sense of eerie isolation crept in, the silence broken only by the echo of our footsteps and the occasional rustle of unseen creatures. We split up to cover more ground, the promise of exploration outweighing the growing unease. As I navigated through the labyrinth of decaying buildings, I stumbled upon what seemed to be the main hall or office. Its imposing structure stood in stark contrast to the smaller bungalows. Desperate to unlock its secrets, I tried each door, but they were all stubbornly resistant. All locked. But why? What was inside? I had to know. With no luck in the main building, I shifted my focus to the bathroom facilities. These were an oddity in themselves, large, open spaces with no dividing doors between the men's and women's sections. As I stepped inside, my foot landed on something unusual, strange red marks on the dirty concrete floor. Blood? My curiosity spiked. I ventured deeper into the eerie expanse, the darkness amplifying every creak and groan of the dilapidated structure. Just as I was about to step into the heart of the women's section, I heard Jackson's voice on the walkie-talkie. He had found something that had spooked him, and his urgency was palpable. Without hesitation, I turned and fled, the adrenaline coursing through my veins. I was running so fast I nearly slipped and fell, all because of the red marks on the floor. Emerging from the building, I met up with Jackson, our shared experience a silent bond between us. He recounted a chilling encounter with an elderly woman, her appearance both startling and terrifying. The details of her actions remained a blur, lost in the chaos of the moment, but it was clear she had been startled by his intrusion. The image of those red marks on the bathroom floor, combined with Jackson's harrowing experience, painted a picture of a place far more sinister than we had initially imagined. The possibility of someone living in these abandoned ruins, their motives unknown, scared me to my core. We quickly retreated, the emotion of exploration replaced by a primal instinct for survival. We had to get out of there and fast. The following days were filled with a mix of disbelief and fear. We tried to rationalize the events, to find logical explanations, but the unsettling truth remained: we had stumbled upon something far more disturbing than a mere abandoned resort. The red marks, the mysterious woman, and the overall atmosphere of the place created a haunting narrative that would stay with us long after that night. The experience left an indelible mark on our perceptions of the world, a reminder that even in the most ordinary places, darkness and mystery can lurk just beneath the surface. It was a lesson in the fragility of the human experience, a stark contrast to the thrill of exploration that had initially drawn us to that desolate place. The memory of that night, the eerie silence broken only by the echoes of our footsteps and the unsettling encounters with the unknown, continues to haunt us. It serves as a reminder of the importance of trusting our instincts and the power of human resilience in the face of the inexplicable. I rent out my South Carolina beach house on Airbnb when I'm not there. It's a small place, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. The master bedroom, where I keep my stuff when I'm not there, is locked tight. I have a regular lock and a deadbolt, so it's pretty secure. This past spring, I wanted to escape the Massachusetts cold and head down to my house for a week. I work remotely, so I can do that. Usually, my cleaning lady comes after each guest, but I decided to save the money and clean it myself since I was going right after the last renters left. The last guests were a couple, a guy named Ramon and his fiancée. They seemed nice through our messages. I prefer couples or groups of women as renters, less chance of wild parties and damage. The drive down took about 16 hours with a few stops. I arrived around 10 p.m., exhausted. Unlocked the door, dropped my bags in the master bedroom, and passed out. Woke up at 11:30 p.m., confused and disoriented. I looked around the living room, everything seemed in place. No signs of anything being moved or messed up. Checked the guest bedrooms, both empty except one bed looked slept in. Figured they were the cleanest guests ever. I have a camera on the front porch, mostly to keep an eye on things if a guest is giving me trouble. Curiosity got the best of me, so I checked the camera app. Sure enough, it caught a guy entering the house 3 days earlier, alone. No sign of a woman. Strange. Checked the rest of the footage, nothing else out of the ordinary. I got a weird feeling, so I messaged Ramon to see if they checked out okay, even though it was late. Went back to the guest bedroom where I thought he slept, started checking under the bed, inside the closets. Nothing. The other guest bedroom was empty too. As I was about to leave, the master bedroom door clicked shut really quietly. I went into the living room and said, "Ramon, are you still in here?" No answer, but I could see the light was on under the door. Got on all fours to look under the door and saw 2 feet standing right inside. Panicked, I ran to the kitchen, grabbed the biggest knife I could find. By the time I got back, he was still standing there. I yelled and tackled him, trying to hold him down. He fought back, but I managed to overpower him. He was homeless, reeking of sweat and desperation. Yelled at him, asking what he was doing in my house. He tried to grab my face, but I kept him pinned down. Finally, I broke free, ran to the phone, and called 911, keeping an eye on the guy. The police came, arrested him, but he denied everything. They let him go because he had nothing on him. He was speaking in a foreign accent, I didn't understand it, it seemed European. I felt as if the police didn't do their job. After everyone left, I changed the lock code on the door and I contacted Airbnb about what happened. I didn't receive payment for the extra day Ramon squatted in my house. They did apparently ban him from ever using the app again. But it doesn't really feel like proper justice though. When he was potentially waiting to stab me in my own house in my own bedroom, the man was in my house, in my bedroom. I still don't feel safe. How did he get in? For how long was he in there?